Good afternoon. First of all, I would like to express my sincere gratitude for the opportunity to take part in this conference. My name is Pavel Lymarь, and I am a student of Astrakhan State Medical University, Faculty of General Medicine. Today I am going to tell you about Nikolai Petrovich Demichev. Nikolai Petrovich Demichev was born on the 17th of March 1929 in the village of Vasilievka, Ural region. During his school years he wrote poems and dreamed of entering a literary institute, but the destiny had other plans. In 1954 he graduated at Rostov State Medical Institute, worked as a surgeon in Rostov region for several years, since 1959 as an assistant and a docent of Rostov Medical Institute. In 1962 Demichev successfully defended his candidate dissertation, Homotransplantation of frozen bones in surgical treatment of close fractures, and became actively engaged in theoretical, experimental, and clinical substantiation of allogenic tendons transplantation. In 1968, Demichev defended his doctoral dissertation, Conservation and Homotransplantation of Tendons in Reconstructive Surgery. In 1970, he published his monograph, Tendon Homoplasty in Reconstructive Surgery, which became a classic work on the problem and was translated into English in 1974. In 1970, Demichev headed the chair of traumatology, orthopedics and military field surgery of Astrakhan State Medical Institute. During 58 years of work, Nikolai Petrovich passed a glorious way from practical doctor to a brilliant surgeon, a talented scientist, the founder of Astrakhan School of Traumatologists and Orthopedists. Being a supporter of active surgical tactics, saving methods of surgical interventions, Professor Demichev worked out new methods of treatment with the use of preserved biological tissues, cryogenic and ultrasonic technology. He was the first in the country to propose a method of biological osteosynthesis of false joints and fractures of long bones using angular and T-shaped allo and xenogenic bone beams. The contribution of Demichev to clinical vertebrology is generally appreciated. Professor Demichev is world renowned for his work on tendon alloplasty, his fundamental morphological, immunological, physical, mechanical and biological studies, as well as the methods of surgical interventions on the tendons of the hand, foot and joints became an important contribution both to traumatology and orthopedics and to the national and world transplantology. A brilliant master of surgical technique, Professor Demichev unselfishly passed on his experience and developed new methods of operative benefits to his apprentices. Under his supervision, 29 candidate dissertations and 5 doctoral dissertations were defended. Professor Demichev is the author of more than 400 scientific works, 21 of them in foreign publications, including 6 monographs. He edited the Russian edition of the book Atlas of the Hungarian Professor Zoltan, Skin Grafting, as well as numerous collections of scientific works. He received 4 inventor certificates and patents for the newest methods of diagnostics and treatment in traumatology and orthopedics, implemented about 40 rationalization suggestions. Nikolai Petrovich Demichev is the author of not only scientific monographic researches on orthopedics. In recent years, new facets of the professor's writing talent have been revealed. From his pen, there were literary sketches, memoirs and reflections about life, own medical practice, colleagues doctors, Cutting Through Time, The Smell of the Mountains, You Cannot Go to the Past, Behind the Smoke of Time and others. The talent and originality of Nikolai Petrovich as a prose writer and publicist has been appreciated by the literary community. In 2007 he was admitted to the Russian Union of Journalists and in 2008 to the Union of Russian Writers. He was a member of editorial board of several medical journals. In 1970, Professor Demichev was elected chairman of the board of Astrakhan Regional Scientific Society of Traumatologists and Orthopedists, and appointed chief traumatologists and orthopedists of Regional Health Department. He was also the honorary member of Russian Association of Traumatologists and Orthopedists, Bulgarian Scientific Society of Orthopedists, and Rostov Society of Surgeons. Nikolai Petrovich was not only a professional in his work, a multi-faced scientist and an extraordinary teacher. Demichev was also a very bright, deeply decent and generous person. He died on the 18th of August 2012. The good memory of him will forever remain in the hearts of his patients, colleagues, and his disciples. That's all from me for today. Thank you for your attention. Goodbye.